everyone. Welcome to the Black Link Experience. I am your host, Marva B, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you all today, wherever you are, wherever you might be. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We would like to welcome Miss Pam to the panel, to the Black Link Experience. Pam, thank you for being here.
Oh, and thank you so much for inviting me. I am excited and glad to be here. Yes, I am.
Yes. So Pam, go ahead and tell the world who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, my name is Pam Taylor-Abrams, and I'm a gospel artist, singer, songwriter, and actress. I've been singing now since I was knee high, still singing, and I have had a love for singing since a little girl. And that's just what I do. I sing, I worship, I act, and that's me. That's me. All
yeah. So what she didn't tell y'all is she had a role. She was casted on MADEA'S family reunion, I believe, if I'm correct.
It was class reunion. I'll tell you, I did the end of family reunion, but I was actually in the full tour of class
reunion. Okay. Give me together. Well, that's awesome. So let's just talk about that. Let's talk about your acting first, and then we'll get into your singing. So as far as acting, how did you get into acting? Because for me, when I look at your bio and when I do all of my researches, you have such a love for singing. So how did you get connected with the acting piece of it?
Okay, well, actually, I started acting when I was 18. I did my first play, and from there, it was called Mama Dope. So that was some years ago. Then from there, I did another stage production called Why Do Good Girls Like Bad Boys. Then from there, I was just sitting at home in my living room, and I received a call from Tyler Perry. And
that's a big deal.
Yeah, it was a big deal. And the first time that he called me for one of his shows, I was unable to do it because I had already committed to another show. So I had already given my word. And so I hadn't heard from him again for some years. And so I prayed. I said, well, Lord, I want to work with Tyler Perry. So I prayed about it, and then I left it alone. All of a sudden, ring, I get another call, and I'm like, they're like, well, Pam, Tyler wants to know if you can come out. I said, sure, I can come out. So yeah, I got the call. Okay, so the next time he called, I wound up saying yes, but it was for the end of family reunion. And he said, well, I need you to come out now, and I need you to know these parts in a day or two. I said, oh, okay, I need to know the whole thing in a day or two. Oh, okay, I can do it. I was so nervous. I said, oh God, you gotta help me, God, you gotta help me. So I got out there, everybody, man, the whole cast and crew, everybody was wonderful. They got me through it. He got me through it. And I told him, I said, I'll pray I don't mess up or miss any lines. But we had so much fun. That was one of the funniest shows I ever had. And I was a nervous wreck because I'm not used to knowing it that quick.
Yeah, so right.
So then after family reunion, that last part, that's when he told me that he wanted me to do class reunion. So I was able to go out and tour. And then that's when I met Tam and David and everybody in the cast was talented. So many of them could sing, and the ones that didn't sing, they could just really act. It was just awesome. It was awesome. And we had rehearsals, not that many rehearsals, but we had a few rehearsals. And then after that, we hit the road, toured with it for years. And it was great, working with him. And you just always have to be ready because you didn't know what kind of little tricks he was going to pull on stage. You never knew what he was going to do. So you just had to be ready.
And the people that he chooses, he does, you're right. They're talented individuals. Mm-hmm. I'm just like blown away. And everybody that opens their mouth to sing, they can sing.
He's had some awesome singers. Yeah. Yes. I had a great time working with him too,
I bet.
But the class reunion, it was much better because I didn't have to learn it in like 2 days. We had maybe a week or two or something like that. and sometimes he would finish up the script then as we were going. He was making changes still during rehearsal. Like, no, I don't like that. Let's take that out. So you would just kind of have to rewire and learn it another way. But everybody was so helpful, and he made it so fun. Even though he was serious about his craft, he was serious about, okay, now you need to know your parts. But at the same time, he was very helpful in helping us get through it. And it just made it fun. And then sometimes when we would get on stage, like I said, he would change stuff on the spot, and you just had to be ready. He got me a few times, and I just had to be ready. That's all. So yeah. So it was awesome.
You just smile and keep going. Smile. Yeah,
keep going. You better keep going, because if you don't keep going, you're gonna get in trouble.
Is it that your agent connects with his people, and how did you get the connection even in the beginning to get that call?
No, I don't have an agent. I've never had an agent.
Okay.
And what I think he may have seen me in one of the other plays that I did, and then somebody knew me from there and may have given him my phone number. I don't really know for sure, but if memory serves me correctly, I think he saw me in another show.
Okay.
And he said, I'm gonna call her.
Okay.
And then that's how it happened. Yeah.
That's a blessing. Yeah, that's a true blessing.
Yeah.
Outside of so class reunion, how did that go? So how long did it take to wrap on that? And what was your experience?
Well, let me see. I think we toured for about two or more years with that play. And man, I was just able to sustain and do that for a long time. And then right after that, when I finally, we were done with that, that's when I went into going toward focusing on my music career again.
Right.
And yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you're out touring like that with a play, a stage play, and what you guys did, at any time in breaks, do you guys stop and go home for a couple of days and come back?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, yeah. So let's see. With Tyler, no, I take that back. We toured for like months straight, and then we would have a time, maybe a week or two off sometime, or then sometimes like if he would tour we toured the whole summer, and maybe we get a couple of months off and then go right back into it, kind of in fall, and then tour that part of the year, take maybe another couple of breaks off, then we right back in it for maybe 3 or 4 months. Yeah, so it would be just on and off like that. But you get used to it.
Yeah.
And I love traveling. So, it's not always, you get tired, but depending on the people that you're around, and if they're like family, and that's kind of how we were. We became like a one big happy family, and we got used to each other, playing pranks on each other, all kinds of stuff. So it made it fun. It made the time actually go by fast.
What do you say to people that don't really have that tough skin, but really want to be in the business? How do you encourage them?
Well, I would just simply tell them to just always practice your craft. So if you can take some classes or something to better yourself, if you can't afford to take classes, find some YouTube things on, YouTube and try to figure out what's the best way for you to grow. Just keep working on your craft, keep growing. And if it's really something that's in your heart, if it's in your heart of hearts and you wake up and say, no, I'm not going to do that. But then a couple of days later, you're like, no, really, I don't know what else I'm going to do, because that's my calling. That's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. So if that's how you feel about it, then you pray about it, you trust God, and you get on your grind and you say, God, I know you love me, and I know how you see me. Help me to see me like you see me, and help me to move forward and do what I need to do, because you're the one that gave me this gift. Hey, so with this gift, I'm going to use it to glorify you, and I'm going after what it is that you put in my heart to do.
Come on. I love it. Like, you inspire me. Maybe I'll go be an actor. I don't know.
Go for it. You can do
it. You really inspire me. So this is Black Link magazine, and there are a trillion magazines. Yes, and sometimes I'm like, is it really worth it? But you know what? I don't care. I have my own uniqueness, my own way of doing things, and Black Link magazine is here to stay. And
I know that's Right.
Either you want to be a part of it or you don't. I love
That's
you
right.
anyway, you know?
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
and so I try to encourage people, and I love your energy, and I love, what the advice that you give them, because you
Thank
you
you.
you, you just inspired me by saying, you can tell me 200 times and I'm gonna tell you when I get ready to leave, I'll be back in 200
Yeah.
time. You gonna
Oh,
tell me yes sooner or later.
Oh, yeah, and I need that. And I need that. Okay.
Yes. I love it. So to you guys that are listening, you, Pam, was backup singer for the Clark sisters. Am I
Yes.
correct? That's a big
Absolutely.
deal.
Yes, I
That's
was.
a big
Yeah.
look. Another big deal from Tyler Perry to the Clark sisters to what else? That's amazing. Tell us about that experience with the ladies.
Okay. So, well, let's see. With the Clark sisters, now here I go telling my age. So I met the Clark sisters back in, I would say somewhere like 98, something like that, in the first stage play that I did. Right. Didn't know them at all. And then from there, after I finished with that play, we just developed a friendship and we became cool. I went to their church. We still a part of the church, Great Emmanuel. Shout out to my church, Great Emmanuel Institutional Church of God Christ, Bishop J. Drew Shear. They asked me to start singing with them back up, and I said, okay, that was some years later. But years down the line, and then so I started singing and touring with them, and then from there, Karen Clark Sheard, she became a solo artist. And so then she asked me to tour with her, and then I started touring with them. And then my husband, that's my husband today, was playing with her. We met, and then we thought each other was cute. You cute, I'm cute, you cute. Okay, so then we're married today.
So y'all was cute. Y'all was cute.
Yeah, so you cute. So we wind up being a thing, a couple, and then we got married. And he plays drums. He's played. Little shout out to my husband. He played with John P. Key, and toured. He played with the Clark sisters, Karen Clark Sheard. He played with Usher. He played with Charlie Wilson.
Oh my!
He toured with CeCe on her Throne Room tour. I mean, it's people I'm forgetting, but they're major, wonderful people too. Y'all, I'm sorry, I just can't remember everybody. But yeah, so he's been doing that a long time, and and so have I.
Shout out to both of you. I want to interview him.
Well, now you have to work on that, because he doesn't like being in front of the camera.
It would be so amazing to have y'all both in the magazine together. Oh my gosh. Okay, I get it.
He sees this because you hear that, baby? You're not home now, but you hear that?
So you went out on tour with the sister, and then how long did that tenure last?
Oh my gosh, let's see. I sang with the sisters for several years. I can't even, maybe 10, 15 years, maybe. And then still today, every now and then, I may get a call and they'll say, Pam, what you doing? You want to go and sing? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So from time to time, I still will. But there was a period in there after this time that I had to take a break from everything. Yes. So that's why I've been off the scene for a while to take care of my mom. But she passed away now, it's going on to glory. And I thank God for my mom, because she was like my biggest supporter. And so I was a caretaker for her for like 10 years or maybe a little longer. And so, but now I promised her, I said, Mom, I'm going to get back into my singing, because that's what she wanted me to do. She's like, Pam, you got to do it. God has blessed you with this gift. You have to do it. And I'm like, Mom, I'm going to do that. So here I am getting things going again.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so that brings us to today. You're in the studio currently working on a Christmas album, right. Or just a single?
Well, okay. I'm working on a Christmas single. I've actually completed one. And I'm going back, I'm probably going to do maybe 2 more. So I put out maybe 3 or 4 Christmas songs, and then I can focus on my project. So I want to focus on my project so that I can get it out next year. I don't know exactly when, but the early part of next year, I'm thinking. But right now I want to just finish the Christmas music so I can kind of get a buzz and get back into the groove of singing and being out again. So that's what I'm currently working on.
Let's talk about your project a little bit if you can. I know it's
sure.
Okay.
Sure, I can.
Okay, let's talk about that. What do you have going on with the project?
Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm getting my team together of producers, and I'm trying to figure out exactly which sound, because I'm just be honest with you, so many genres that I love, but I know that in the music industry, they like you to kind of reel it in and pick one. So that's what I'm working on now. I love gospel, contemporary. I like jazzy feeling, I like the kind, I like quartet. I mean, I like lots of music.
Yeah.
So I'm narrowing things down, and I like soul. I like worship. I like praise. So what I'm probably going to do is narrow it down to it, and I'm going to make up my own category. I'm going to call it soulful worship. So it'll be like a little soulful and worship.
I love it.
I'm going to combine that, and that's what I'm going to do and gear toward, because I just wanted to reach everyone, and then when you sing it from the soul, it's good.
I will be following you, and I can't wait to hear what you drop, because I want to hear you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
When you do drop it and ready to do that project next year, just please stay in touch with me, and we can get it out there and get you back for another interview to talk about that as well, if you'd like.
Thank you. I sure will. This was a great interview. Okay, this was wonderful. I'm so glad we connected. It's something how we connected, and I'm glad that we did. I'm looking forward to talking to you many, many more times, and keeping you encouraged as well. You go for it and do your thing, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know that I am a believer of God. Like, I'm God's child, and I believe that He has appointments for us. And I don't think that we just happen to cross paths. I believe that it was an appointment. And so and I take it serious, because that's what He does. He has a plan for our life. We might have a whole different plan, but then He has something that's even greater for us. So I'm glad we cross paths. So do you plan on maybe contacting Tyler and say, hey, I'm ready to jump back in? Or how will you go about getting back into the acting part of your life? If it's even an option.
Eventually I'm going to tap back into it, but because I don't know, it's just this music, because it's my first love. That's really just where my heart is at. And so I'm even thinking about doing some collaborations, but I just don't want to speak on that until I solidify things. And so, and then once I solidify some things, there may be a couple of collaborations that I'm excited about. So,
and then we're gonna wrap up here in just a little bit, but let's talk about what it's like working with Tamla and David on a set at any moment. Because like I told Tamla yesterday, I was like, David is burnt up. Like, he got a serious problem and he needs help. He is so funny.
That's so funny. For real. That's him all day, every day, 24/7. That's David.
I can imagine, when I followed their reality show, and I mean, even if he was serious, it was funny to me. Like, he's that funny.
Yeah.
So how was that working with them? And then the other cast members, we don't want to leave them out, because he has great people that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, okay. So like, David and Tam from day one embraced me with love, and she and I became close on the tour, and she would call me twin. So that's that's our thing, So when I talked to her the other day, I was like, "Hey, twin." She said, "Hey, girl." And so I was asking her, I was saying, Tam, I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm ready to get back out there. And she was in the background. They had me on speaker. I was talking to David, and she was, "Pam, you can do it. I'm rooting for you. You go." She's just always been like that. Her and David. He said, Pam. So you need encouragement. Give us a call. You need some ideas. Give us a call. And I said, I appreciate that, y'all. And working with them on tour, man, it was great. David was always doing something silly. It didn't matter who. So you had to be ready. It was him. If it wasn't him and Tyler, then it was David. If it was David, it was just somebody else, whoever in the cast, just always doing stuff. And sometimes the audience, they would catch on, and sometimes they may not catch on, but we would, and I'm not saying, David, you better stop. So he was hilarious. And then we had the guy that played my husband, Terrell with
Yeah.
his singing self. That's my little brother, you know, and I had been knowing Terrell for several years too. He sent me a little encouraging word in my DM saying, you know, well, what you doing, Pam? You know, because he knew my situation too. So, you know, I said, I'm about to get back to it. You know, I'm going to get back to it. He said, well, you need to. Come on, what you doing? I said, okay, I'm going to get back to it. So here I am, you know, planning out my singing again. And let's see who else in the cast. Just everybody. Everybody was wonderful. Judy Peterson, Cheryl Pepsi Riley.
Yes.
Everybody in that cast, I enjoy. And this is just not a put on. This is for real. I enjoy every single person in that cast on that stage acting. Absolutely. They were just fun to be with, fun to work with.
Yeah.
We really had like a family unit. We really did. That's not always true on the road.
Right.
You know?
That's right.
But you can't always say that. So when I can't say it, I just don't say it.
Unfortunately, it's time to wrap up. But go ahead and tell the people where they can find you on your social media sites and how they can follow you, and so we can see your progress and know when it's going to drop. And you like Christmas is around the corner, so we want to make sure that we're streaming your music as well. So how do we find you?
Okay, so I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. At Pam Taylor-Abrams. If you just look up under Pam Taylor-Abrams, and on Instagram is Pam_Taylor_Abrams. And you can find all of my social media there. And also I have a YouTube channel, and I'm getting ready to start putting stuff on that as I complete my, you know, my project. So I'm looking forward. I'm getting ready to do a video and everything. So I will definitely keep in contact.
So anyway, you guys, we're going to get out of here for now. Pam, thank you so much for stopping by. Like, you brought a whole nother vibe to me today. I've been under the weather and you just made me laugh. And I'm just thankful to you. We at Black Link Magazine, we support you. We encourage you to push and go reach for the stars. Go back to what you love to do, because God blessed you with that. Make your mama proud, okay?
Oh, bless you. Bless you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And you be blessed yourself. Thank you. This was wonderful.
Thank you so much. You guys, we're going to get out of here for now. So in the meantime, remember, respect yourself and respect each other. God bless.
God bless.